BBC Breakfast, you know, things happen fast. You know, stories change, and research is a sort of a key thing to get those facts.
It certainly is. What I'd say about the research thing is that I'm old enough to remember when, as a journalist, you used to have to go to a room which had drawers in, and you'd find clippings. Yeah. And that's what research was, because there was no internet, there was no... So, you know, that was a mechanism you had to do. It's the only way. Or you'd read books, or it'd be knowledge you already had. Mm. But, of course, nowadays you have enormous resources at your... you know, as soon as you're sitting there, you can find anything. Yeah. Straight away, can't you? You can just find things out. One of our jobs is to sift out, if you like, the stuff that anyone could have put in. It's just nonsense. And if you're not very careful, you can get badly caught out. And obviously, because we're live and that happens, it's very embarrassing. My worst was with former James Bond, George Lazenby. Mm. And we were talking to him about a recent movie he's in, and I'd done a stupid bit of research. And a little thing had stuck in my head, a fact, you know, a little factoid. Mm. And I thought, well, I'll chuck it in. And I said to him, one of the interesting things about you, George, is that, of course, you used to be a member of the Australian SAS. And he looked completely blank. He just stared at me, and he said, no, I wasn't. and I went, oh, but, I mean, I just thought that you were once in the Australian SAS. And he went, no, I never was. And so immediately I'm thinking, you go into kind of recovery mode, and you're like, well, anyway, tell us about, you know, the next project or whatever. And he's kind of shaking his head. And he's going, why would you say that? Oh, I see. He wouldn't let the moment go. And I was like, it doesn't matter anyway. Tell us about it. And he just couldn't get over it. He was just sort of left there going, why has he come up with this nonsense that never happened? So it's a little lesson. Really extraordinary. It's a little lesson in just be careful what you think is fact.
I thought your story was going to be that you thought, when he said I wasn't in the SAS, that, well, of course he'd say that, because you could never admit that you
I see.
would go into one of those things.
Well, that remains the case, of course. That could be true. It could be that he really was in the Australian SAS. As you say, he's sworn to secrecy, so, you know, he's forever...
You were right all along.
Yes.
How funny. Lovely story. Thank you. Thanks, Charlie.